We do an annual Infinite Banking Concepts meeting here in Birmingham in February every year. And it started off pretty small. I think the first one I did with Nelson was in 2005, and we had 6 people there. And Nelson did his seminar, and between different segments of the seminar, we'd have general discussion or a presentation by somebody else to try to highlight some of the information that Nelson provided us. And since then, we've grown it to we get 200 people at each one of them now. We try to keep it at 200 so it doesn't become a huge crowd. Because part of what we do besides teaching people infinite banking plus any related subjects to it, like Austrian economics, or maybe even sales and marketing devices and stuff that somebody might have, is the purpose of these things is for people to form a confederation of like-minded producers so they can see they're not the only person out there doing this. There's other folks doing it, and they can network with them and work with them. You know, we've discovered that there are folks that are doing it for the wrong reasons. There are people that are using the wrong type of insurance policies for it. And there's some folks that are just, I guess they're greedy. And so it's watering down the message. And so what we're doing to try to get our arms back around it is create an IBC practitioners training program, identified as something that we will endorse agents who go through the program, pass the test, as people who are trained to do what we want them to do. And so that'll be the new baseline for anybody looking for a producer who understands what Nelson teaches. It's a meaningful, comprehensive program. It's not built as a sales system. It's built on fundamental economics, fundamental information based on banking, and also we're going to have a sizable chapter or several chapters on insurance information, how these policies actually work. And it's going to be technologically enabled education with pre-recorded lessons and things like that, so people can use any kind of device they have available to watch, listen, and learn, and do distance learning and distance testing and whatnot, so they can achieve their goals in completing the course. We don't have to teach somebody to design a specific policy for a specific individual. If they understand economics, if they understand banking, if they understand how their policy structure works within their company, then it'll be easy and intuitive for them to design the right policy for their clients. What I hope happens, is that anybody who's a potential client, the first thing they need to do is read Nelson's book. Fast. Just a quick read, just to skim it through it, put it down, wait a day or two, and pick it up and go through it again in more detail. And this time, highlight, take notes, whatever you want to do. And if you as a potential client, as an American consumer, don't believe it, if you don't understand it or you don't believe it or you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But before you seek out a certified practitioner, an agent who has been endorsed by us, you have the responsibility of educating yourself also, going through this 92-page book. And there's several other supporting books you can read also that we have. But that person needs to take the time and make the effort to do it. Then once they do that, then yes, we will have a listing of agents who can service them ethically and understand the complexities of something that is essentially pretty easy, really. We get calls every week from the public that's gotten a hold of Nelson's book and read it, and they're really excited about it. And now their next question is, what's my next step? How do I implement this? They understand it because they don't have to forget anything about the product. They're just learning about the product. So finding that agent, that financial advisor to help them is the hard part sometimes. When I do get those calls from consumers looking for help, then I tell them to go to our website and look for a list of agents who are part of our think tank group. And I tell them to pick 3 agents off that listing, and interview them. And one of the interview questions is, are you doing this in your life? If the answer is yes, then the next question is, can I please see your policies, and your current loan portfolios? And if the agent says that's personal information, I'm not going to share that with you, then you move on to the next person. Because if they're doing it right, they should be happy to show them that type of information. Because it's not about how much money they're making, it's about how much they're using this to increase their personal wealth. If an agent, it represents himself as an infinite banking concepts practitioner, the best thing he can do and the best way to validate his knowledge base is to do it himself. Own several of these policies and use them for the business or personal financial purposes. That's the best way to understand how it works. And even though most of these policies are essentially the same from an actuarial standpoint, because of the different companies, marketing devices and whatnot, they work differently. Okay, how you overfund them, how you pay the PUAs, how the policies loans are computed, if it's a direct or non-direct type of company. And so if they're not understanding it and practicing it themselves, then it's pretty transparent when they start doing this with the clients.